Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni is preparing to join President William Ruto's camp, and this is purely based on my analysis of the latest and most recent political events that have hinted at a major realignment just before 2027. In this video, I want us to look at 1. A critical message that Jeremiah Kioni has sent to William Ruto and Kithure Kindiki, and number 2, how Jeremiah Kioni is preparing to join the UDA camp, and finally, 3 reasons why I think Jeremiah Kioni will join President William Ruto's camp sooner than many of us may think. And without wasting time, let's get into the matter of the day. Number 1, on Tuesday, Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni tweeted something that will form the basis of our discussions today, and I will quote, "This was the way to go from the beginning for this administration. A lot of drama would have been avoided. All in all, we are here now. To my brother Professor Kithure Kindiki, kazi kwako. I wish you the very best administration." Jeremiah Kioni is referring to a trending photo in which Uhuru Kenyatta is having a light conversation with the newly appointed Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. I want you to understand that Jeremiah Kioni is not simply tweeting. There is a message that he is trying to pass, a coded message, I mean. Remember, Jeremiah Kioni has been one of the biggest critics of the William Ruto government. And by wishing Professor Kithure Kindiki the very best, he is not only acknowledging that William Ruto had made a good choice by going for Professor Kindiki, but he is also attempting to look good in the eyes of both William Ruto and Kithure Kindiki. In other words, he is trying to cleanse himself from the sins of having criticized and rallied against President William Ruto ever since the president took office in 2022. Number 2, if as a man you have a baby mama who bore you a beautiful son or a beautiful daughter, and in your heart you know sincerely that you love that child, you cannot claim that you love your child, but you do not like the mother who was once your heartbeat, and who, as a result of that relationship that you had with her, whether it was an actual marriage or come we stay, bore you that beautiful human being. Now, if Jeremiah Kioni wishes Professor Kithure Kindiki the very best as the newly appointed deputy president, then he can no longer pretend that he is still against President William Ruto, to whom Kithure Kindiki is a principal assistant. If a man wants to get back to his baby mama or his ex-wife, he will use his child as a channel through which he can get back to her. It is the child that can bring the two together. This is exactly how Jeremiah Kioni intends to join President William Ruto's camp just before 2027. He is simply dipping his finger into the hot water to test and see the reactions. And when the temperature reaches a favorable point for him, he will immerse his entire body into the water. If you don't get this, it's high time you forgot about it. Number 3, why is Jeremiah Kioni interested in joining William Ruto's camp? There are 3 reasons that I know of, and we shall look into each one of them one by one. The first reason is that Jeremiah Kioni is a very worried man. He is very worried about his political future. The Jubilee Party, in which he serves as the Secretary General, has literally collapsed over the last 2 years. 2027 is approaching, and all political players will realign and re-strategize. And Jeremiah Kioni knows that if he does not do something quick, fast, and urgently, ataachwa kwa mataa. Remember, nowadays, his job description has just been reduced to attending useless meetings, giving press conferences, speaking to the media, and wearing a red cap and a jacket branded Jubilee Coalition. Jeremiah Kioni, in my opinion, desires something bigger and more substantial than this. And this is the chief reason as to why he does not intend to remain in the opposition. He will soon join the winning William Ruto camp. And I charge you, wait and see. Number 2, nearly all top politicians have their support systems. All politicians in this country, they have their support systems and the people they look forward to for guidance and counseling. For instance, Kimani Ichung'wah has William Ruto as his support system. William Ruto himself has Farouk Kibet as his chief strategist and support system. Jeremiah Kioni had Raila Odinga, who is the enigma of politics, as his support system. Raila Odinga had already been compromised due to his personal desires, so he joined President William Ruto's camp by donating the likes of John Mbadi and the likes of Hassan Joho to serve in the president's cabinet. Jeremiah Kioni feels that he has been left alone because Kalonzo Musyoka is not someone he can look up to. In Western, there is no one to look up to. People like Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula are just like passing wind. They are just like hot air. In the mountain, the only existing person is Uhuru Kenyatta. But the problem is that he is retired. And in as much as he may influence the regional politics, he will soon wither and tire into exhaustion, as did the last president Mwai Kibaki. If you are walking into the dark and you have your guard beside you, and then someone comes up from nowhere and abducts your bodyguard, what will you do? What will you do if the one that you are looking forward to protect you has already been abducted? Personally, I will join the abductor and conspire with him so that he can guarantee my safety. Now, number 3, Jeremiah Kioni has figured out that no matter the manner and degree of mobilization of Kalonzo Musyoka, William Ruto will still defeat him come 2022. Remember, William Ruto, just like the late President Moi, has been referred to as a professor of politics. At first, it may appear that William Ruto is likely to lose massively, but in the end, he turns things around and surprises everybody. We all know what happened in 2022. Raila Odinga had conspired with the deep state that was headed by the then President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he had conspired with the deep state to take over the government. But look what happened. William Ruto turned things around in a manner that nobody had foreseen. Jeremiah Kioni does not want to be part of the team that will mobilize votes for Kalonzo Musyoka because he already knows that Kalonzo is going nowhere. Kalonzo Musyoka does not have the balls to take over the presidency. And in my opinion, he can only get to the presidency through an appointment. And we do not have that in the 2010 constitution that now serves as our supreme law. In fact, were it not for the former constitution that had permitted the appointment of a vice president by the president himself, then Kalonzo Musyoka would have never gotten closer to the presidency. Kioni is making efforts to align with the winning side. If you can't beat them, you join them. At the same time, he cannot trust Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga's decisions are known to change with how much money the ruling president has offered in exchange for stopping maandamano. Now, I would like to pose a question to you. Do you think that Jeremiah Kioni is making preparations to join President William Ruto before 2027? If your answer is yes, then how exactly will Jeremiah Kioni go about it? And when do we expect this to materialize? I want to give you an assignment. Watch and see how Mount Kenya politics will unfold in the next 2 years. You will get back to this video and confirm that what we have discussed is true. In the end, guys, this is just but my opinion. Do let me know your thoughts and perspectives in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and hit the subscription button so that YouTube can notify you in the event that I post such an informative content such as this one. If politics is something that excites you, then get over to YouTube and search for Patrick Cordero in order to get my latest videos about recent political circumstances in the country. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you in the comment section. Cheers.